I have terrible breaking news. Florida Senate Bill 254, the one that allows Florida to legally kidnap children that are trans or even suspected of being trans, or who have trans parents or siblings who are suspected of receiving gender-affirming care, passed just 20 minutes ago. It now heads to Ron DeSantis' desk to be signed into law, and he has already expressed support for this bill. I have done several videos on this. This is the worst bill in the country, and I'm going to go over it again. This bill allows Florida to take emergency custody of any child that is suspected to be exposed to gender-affirming care. If you are in a divorce proceeding that involves custody in Florida and your ex accuses you or your child of being on gender-affirming care, there doesn't even need to be proof. The court will take emergency custody and grant custody to your ex. Even if your custody order is in another state, as long as your ex has your child and goes to Florida, they can overwrite an already approved custody order. They can overturn finalized custody orders from any state in the U.S. as long as one parent and the child is in Florida. This makes it unsafe for you to even visit Florida. The bill does not state that your child has to be trans or that you have to be trans to lose your kid. It states suspected or at risk of being exposed to gender-affirming care. So let's say you're a mother with children who is escaping your domestic violence abuser. Now the abuser could get custody of your kids just by stating suspicion. It allows Florida to issue a warrant to send police officers to your home to remove your kids. And this bill does not just affect trans kids. Not only is they don't even need to be trans, just the suspicion, but also there's no plan in place to expand foster care, which is already overrun in the state of Florida. So all of the cisgender kids that are in foster care, they will be affected too. Because the way this works is that you don't get to hold on to your kids while you fight in court to prove that your child is or is not trans. No. The minute that the other party files saying that they've been exposed to gender-affirming care, Florida issues a warrant. The kids are taken and they are not going to be with you, most likely in foster care, the overrun foster care system, until the court decides. If you are a trans person with kids, or one of your kids is trans, or honestly, if you're a parent in Florida, it's time to leave. This is legalized human trafficking. It is legalized kidnapping. They do not care about these kids. They don't care what happens to them. And every state in America is affected by this bill. None of us are safe.